Hey you guys, what's up? It's me, MJFANGIRL. We're going to be doing a up-to-date Q&A. I asked you guys for some questions and I'm going to give you guys some answers to all the things that you'd like to know. Stay tuned, you don't want to miss it. You are now watching MJFANGIRL TV.
Girl, you got to know, we can touch the sky like it's free.
Alright you guys, so let's get started. Before we get started, I'm going to take my mask off. You're curious where this is from. It's actually from the Detail store, as well as my sweatshirt here. The Detail was kind enough to send me this mask, and I've been wearing it like pretty much every day ever since. But I'll throw that to the side because we're at home, we're socially distanced, stay 6 feet back. Alright you guys, so let me take out my phone because I asked you guys to send me questions on Instagram. And I said that I would answer, and I haven't done a Q&A for a couple of months now, so I thought, why not do it? We're in the middle of Vlogmas. Maybe there's new people, or maybe there's things you guys have been wanting to know, so let's get into these questions. Alright, you guys, so the first question is, do you think there should be a biopic of his life? This is a hard question because, of course, yes, I would love to see Michael Jackson kind of resurge, re-emerge on the charts and all of that. Like typically when biopics that are really successful come out, such as like the Queen biopic, their music just kind of like has this new life and it takes on this new generation of fans that come out and they're super excited and they're super pumped because now they've been introduced. And like for me, that's kind of what happened. I mean, I've always known Queen, but I didn't really know them, and I feel like that's the result of them having like this amazing biopic. Same thing happened with Ray Charles. Like there are certain movies that really do that, right? And of course I would love for Michael Jackson to have that same treatment, but I would love for it to be a really, really intricate, serious, like honest look at his life. Excuse me, I don't know, my voice did a weird thing. But I wanted to kind of more be like the Jackson's American Dream because I feel like that was like the most realistic look at his life that we've ever gotten. And I just don't know if, first of all, there's an actor that can play him that well. I don't know that there's someone that is going to be able to write the screenplay and really capture what Michael would have wanted to be shared, because again, he's not here. So that's the other problem, is like, you know, you're gonna have people from the family, the estate, you know, his kids, former business partners and former collaborators. Like everybody's gonna kind of have a story to tell, but like what's really Michael's story? So the short answer to that is yes. Okay, that was a long answer. The short answer is yes. I would like for Michael Jackson to have a biopic, but I would like it to be something great. Would you ever make a video where you let the pros change your makeup to look like Michael? This is kind of not my thing. I've never really been the greatest at makeup. I just pretty much do makeup when I go out. You know, of course, when I go to work, when I was in the office, and then when I go to YouTube is really when I do the most of my makeup. So to be honest with you, I wouldn't do that, and I also have no desire to look like Michael. Like I don't have that. I know there are a lot of people that do that really well. And do like the tribute artist thing, but for me that's just never been a part of my fandom. Thoughts on Paris Jackson's album? I actually have not listened to the entire album, but I did watch her on Jimmy Kimmel the other night and I thought she did pretty good. I like the new music. To be honest, I never talked about the Soundflowers music on here because you know, it's not really my genre. I had a harder time like getting into it, although I thought the songs were good. But I really think that her solo work is really great. So good luck to her. Paris, I thought you did a great job on Jimmy Kimmel, and I'm excited to hear more of your music, girl. Go ahead. This question is, what is on your Christmas wish list? I honestly don't have any like Michael Jackson items that I've been wanting because I feel like nothing really has come out. What I would like is for my items for the official Michael Jackson store to finally get here that I ordered in July. That would be a great Christmas gift. Like I've been waiting for those items for like 6 months almost. They're all like pre-made to order, so I think a lot of them just take time, and unfortunately I ordered some stuff that is taking some time. So I would like to get that stuff in. I don't know. I'm actually kind of trying to downsize now, and that's kind of the difficulty in being a fan and like wanting to share as much stuff as possible, is that I'm like, I'm getting stuff in, but then I'm like, oh my gosh, I have so much stuff, like where am I gonna fit it? So I think honestly for my Christmas wish list this year, it's gonna be something intangible. It's gonna be, you know, great health for my friends and family and loved ones. And just like getting through this pandemic, like this time, and I have to like kind of like whisper, you know what I mean? Because I'm not trying for YouTube to freak out on my video, but I just wish that this time would just quickly pass us by, because it's been like this year just flew by, just staying inside, you know. And I kind of I just hope that we as a world, and we as a nation, especially in the USA, can get through this. How do you balance between your YouTube MJ life and personal life? That is a great question. Okay, so first of all, I kind of want to talk to you guys about this, because I feel like when you guys watch my YouTube videos, you might think like all I do is live, breathe, sleep, eat Michael Jackson, like, and although that's like a big part of my life, and Michael Jackson fandom is a big part of my everyday life, because again, a lot of my friends love him, you know, and it's kind of just the community that I'm in terms of social life. But I do a lot of other things. I do work a full-time marketing job. I actually am going to reveal something to you guys that I did not. I actually was at a job for 5 years, and I recently got let go during the pandemic, so that's why I had so much extra time to be working on my YouTube channel. And that was unfortunate, because at that time I was like, what am I gonna do? Do I want to try to go full-time with YouTube, which, you know, for someone in this space, creating videos about Michael Jackson, yeah, it's monetizable and I get a little chunk of change, but it's a little bit more difficult than I thought it was gonna be. And I don't know that I'd ever want to be a full-time YouTuber, honestly speaking, but I had a couple months to try. And so during those couple months, I was able to change kind of my Instagram strategy and try to get more brand deals over there, where I could focus more so on YouTube and doing what I'm passionate about, so that it doesn't start to feel like a job. But yeah, I work on this, you know, I work a full-time job. I also just live my daily life. If you see my quarantine vlogs, you could see I watch other television shows. One of the things I'm super into right now is 90 Day Fiancé, The Family Chantel. Comment down below if you guys watch any of those. Like, I'm just super into like that kind of TV. I love The Bachelor, The Bachelorette, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I balance my life by taking time out to do other things. Like, for me with filming, I don't do it every day. Like, obviously, you know, I don't post videos that often. It's usually once or twice a week. So I batch record, because I don't want to have to, number one, be talking about Michael Jackson every day to where it feels like, oh man, I have to do this, I have to film this. And so I batch record, because one of the most important things to me as a fan is to keep loving and enjoying Michael Jackson. I never want this to feel like a job. And so that's how I keep balance, is just like managing out my time, writing a to-do list. You know, when I'm filming, like today I'm filming like 4 or 5 videos, mostly because it's Vlogmas, but also because I don't want to have to think about it for the rest of the week. And like, when I want to take a break from Michael, I can take a break, and it's not gonna make me feel guilty or anything like that, because I know I've already put the work in. How old are you? I am 33 years old. Next year I'm gonna be 34. I was born in 1987, the year of the Bad album. Okay, so do you think you'll do more non-MJ related videos this upcoming year? I don't know, you guys. I've struggled with this, because like, for example, I was just talking about my Instagram. I started posting less Michael and I saw less engagement. So I don't think I'm ever gonna post less Michael Jackson content on here. I may just continue to do 1 or 2 videos about Michael and then post like a vlog, or like, I don't know, like I'm just curious. Like, you know, one of the things that I'm probably going to be doing is switching around my Michael Jackson room and moving into like a different space. Would you guys want to see like the behind the scenes of that, like looking for that new space and like redesigning the background and all that? Like, comment down below if you actually want to see more of my daily life. I know some people loved the quarantine vlogs, but I didn't get that many views on them, you know, only like 1,000 is still a lot of people, and I'm happy. But generally for my channel, I expect like, you know, over 2,000 or 3,000 views per video. So when I get 1,000, it shows me that not a lot of people are into the subject. So comment down below if you would like me to do more Michael Jackson, non-Michael Jackson related stuff, and if you have any ideas, leave them down below and I'll definitely consider them. Do you find Michael Jackson attractive? Yes, I think Michael Jackson was an attractive man throughout his entire life. Yes, I do. I just don't focus on that because to me Michael is so much more. And you know, I feel like I have a responsibility now, especially as my channel grows, to focus really on the music and like the artistry, and like those are the things that I set out to do, like as a part of my mission when I started the channel. So I don't talk about like, oh my gosh, Michael's so handsome, he's so hot, but I definitely think that Michael Jackson was attractive for sure. Like, come on, yeah. I know Beat It isn't your favorite. Okay, inside joke. Well, not really inside. You guys know if you've been watching me for a while that I don't like Beat It that much. I know Beat It isn't your favorite, but do you have another song you don't prefer? Yes, there are two other songs, Little Susie and 2000 Watts. Never listened to those. Never, never, never. Like I've probably listened to them both like less than 10 times each in my whole life. And that says a lot. Favorite band that's not Jackson related? Oh, that's a hard question. Okay, for me it would have to probably be the Spice Girls, because I was super into the Spice Girls when I was like in middle school and high school, like to the point where when they did their reunion tour in New York City, I was studying abroad in Japan and I left Japan for 3 days to come back to New York City to watch their concert. Like I was obsessed to the next level. So I loved the Spice Girls, but I also love a lot of R&B groups. Like I love the Bee Gees. I love music from New Edition. I love music from the Stylistics. I love music from TLC. I love Destiny's Child. I love just like anything that has a good groove, you guys. I listen to a lot of different music. So yeah. So the next question is, would you ever marry someone that does not like Michael Jackson? So the question is a valid question. I definitely would not, because I just feel like there's no reason for me to date someone that actively doesn't like Michael Jackson or like actively hates him, because it takes energy to do that. Like, I just feel like for a fan of my, like someone that is this passionate about Michael Jackson and his legacy and his history, like I couldn't really see myself marrying anyone or living a life with someone that didn't understand that, you know. And I think that it's healthy for like couples to not have that in common, but at the same time, like I'm really happy in my relationship now, and both of us are pretty big Michael Jackson fans, so to me that works, and it's not weird and it's not like Michael overload, but it does feel good to have someone that like understands like why you're freaking out about like this new leaked picture, or someone that can be like, actually, MJFANGIRL, no, Stranger in Moscow was written in this year and not that year, you know. And I'm like, oh really? Actually, you know, Darling Dear was performed this time, and you know, I don't know, like it's just fun to be able to talk about that. And like for me, like I really would want to stress to any fan that is dating anyone that they're having reservations about because, you know, their significant other doesn't like Michael Jackson. Just think about that in like a long term, you know, think about how that would work. Like for me, I remember when I was in high school, this is so long ago, but there was a guy that was jealous, and you know, I kind of liked him, you know, maybe he kind of liked me too. He was jealous that I was wearing Michael Jackson t-shirts, and this is in high school when I didn't have that many. I wasn't rocking an MJ shirt every day, but he was kind of like jealous, like, oh, you should be wearing a shirt with me on it. Psych, first of all, there's no shirt with you on it, sir. And then second of all, like, are you actually jealous of Michael Jackson? Yeah, no. I envision, you know, being in a family situation where Michael Jackson is loved and respected by both of us, and then we can pass that love on to our children. If you could ask Michael Jackson one question, what would it be? Someone else asked if you could talk to Michael and he was still here with us today, what would you say to him? I would just, first of all, I would ask him what he felt. I mean, I think he's been asked this before, but like, what would he like to be remembered as? And like, what would one thing he would want people to always think about when they think about him? And I think he did answer that question, but I would love to just ask him now and see what he would love to say, you know, if he were still here. And then if there was something that I was gonna say to Michael, I would just say thank you for the sacrifice, you know, and let him know that he has a whole fan base out here that really loves and respects him, and his fandom is growing every day. You know, there are kids and teenagers and people that are growing up with his music that he probably wouldn't have ever imagined. So I would just want to kind of reiterate that to him and let him know how much he's loved. And the last question here is, do I prefer the album Michael or the Xscape album? I'm gonna say the Xscape album because I like those songs. I like the way that they're produced. Some people would say that they're overproduced, but like, for example, like Chicago, Love Never Felt So Good, the solo version. I like those songs. I don't have a problem with them. I think that they're actually way better than the songs on the Michael album. Like, the Michael album just has a sore spot for me because I just think when it came out, I wasn't ready to accept any new Michael Jackson music, not to mention that the Michael Jackson music that was on there is just like kind of questionable, you know what I mean? So I am not a fan of that Michael album, but I do love songs like Much Too Soon and Best of Joy, so those are little highlights. But overall, if I was to say if I had to pick an album to listen out of the two of them, it would definitely be Xscape. Alright you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Make sure that you're leaving your comments down below and letting me know if I shed some light on anything, if you guys agree with me on anything, if you disagree, if you were surprised to learn anything, and I'll see you guys next time. I'll link some previous Q&As down below so you can see some of my answers from some of those if I didn't get to your questions today. Bye!